Welcome back to the Maize Plus Pig Farmer, and it's October and we've had more piglets. So the first 3 of the sows have had piglets. So the older ones are now 4 months old, and we have a fresh batch of 31 that are 0 months old. The food is doing okay. We've got another 3 sows that will have piglets next month, and then we've got another couple of months to go before they go off to the butchers. The corn and the beets are ready to harvest. I am only going to harvest the corn today. I think the beet field is going to be a bit of a monster job to tackle, so I'm going to do that separately. It's a big beet field, and we've only got a 3-meter harvester, so yeah. I was pondering sending off the 3 sows that have had their litter now. So they've had 18 months old. I think this is their 3rd litter, maybe. It's definitely their 2nd. Could be their 2nd. I'm losing track of how many piglets we've had. It's their 3rd because we sold the 1st litter. The 1st litter we had without enhanced animal system. No, we did have enhanced animal system. We sold the 1st litter. 2nd litter are almost at the point of going off to the butchers, and the 3rd litter they've just had. Yep, that's right. But because the follow-on ones are still 2 months away from being at a breedable age, we essentially would lose half a breeding cycle. So I'm going to keep them, let them have a 4th litter, and then we'll do, I think the suggestion I had was we sell after every 2nd litter, so we'll do that then. Maybe. But yeah, basically I don't want to lose 2 months of breeding cycle, so I think that makes sense. Once we get into it, it may always be the case because it always takes them 6 months to grow on, but then it's 4 months to breed. So yeah, we may end up keeping them. Basically, we may end up keeping pigs for 3 litters. I'm not sure. I spend so much time overanalyzing this when I talk that we're just going to do that less. I'm going to keep the 3 that have just had pigs for another cycle, another litter, basically. And then we'll sell, which means they're going to be even older. They're then going to be 22 months old. So, no, 23 months old at least, depending on when they get with piglet. I don't know what the correct term is there. So let's have a quick look. I need to find the right folder. We'll see what we're going to be worth. The butchers, pig value, at 20. They actually peak at 18 months. So at that point, we're just feeding them needlessly. So, okay. But even so, they're going to be worth nearly 5 grand. So that's pretty good. Yeah. I guess their weight must peak. Why did I close the folder? I always end up doing this when we're chatting, and I say we're chatting, I'm talking at you, I guess. YouTube archive, butcher mod, butchers. Let's load up the spreadsheet, shall we? Have a look. Pig weight. Yeah, so pig weight peaks at 18 months. Okay. So therefore their value peaks. But we're going to get a litter of piglets 2 months quicker. So to me, that makes sense to keep them. Because we've got plenty of food now. So yeah, I'm going to do that. In terms of, and someone pointed out that after the 1st litter, doesn't always, pigs, and this is animals in general with a harnessed animal system, don't always get pregnant. And that is intended. Actually, what's not intended is they're always getting pregnant on the 1st cycle. So I need to test that and see if that's the case, and then let Chisel know. because the idea is that it's I don't remember the percentages. I'm just, again, opening up mods as we talk. So if I go in here, the probabilities are a 40% chance the first time, 80% the second time, and then 100% the third time. So it should be that actually they don't happen the first time. I'm guessing if it is always 100% on the first cycle, there's a bit of a problem in the code. But yeah, got a video that goes through some of that. But I'm guessing a bug might have crept. I think that was an old bug actually. There were certainly some bugs in the calculation of those probabilities, because I tried to do that video a long time ago and I couldn't because the probabilities weren't working properly. So yeah, guessing they might have crept back in. Looking at canola, so we're looking for a price of about £1,300 per 1,000 litres. I've got the sell price triggers mod installed, because at the moment that's about the best option for setting notifications for prices. So we're going to set the one for canola to £1,300. That'll just mean I don't have to keep an eye on the prices for the crops. The mod will just tell me when it hits a good price. It's at 12.08 already, which is pretty good, but I'm going to hang on and we'll wait until we get a good price. And then I was just checking that I had set one for the pork as well, which I have. Hasn't got there yet, but it is going up, which is good. So yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there, which means we can soon start making some cash. Because we've still got about 80 grand's worth of pork sat in the freezer. I have not yet, and I'm not going to until I've harvested sugar beets, put in the pellet production. As I said, that's going to go over near the BGA. I have put the manure and slurry into the BGA, and that needs to be sold. It's not a huge amount now, because, you know, we've got lots of young pigs and only a few older pigs. I think, and I will work it out once we've harvested everything, that we can probably expand. The pigs don't seem to have eaten as much as I expected. We've still got a few months to go yet, and the amount they eat is increasing. But I think probably I will expand a little bit. We only did 2 lots of 6 litres. Well, actually we were on our third, but that's kind of irrelevant. So yeah, I might expand a bit, which will increase our profitability even more. My current plan with this series is probably to play the next year and just see how it's going, and see if I'm enjoying it still and you guys are enjoying it still. And we'll keep going if everyone's enjoying it still, because that's how it works here. Yeah, making good progress through things. I really hope that we get enough cash coming in to pick up a new tractor, because when planting season comes around, I either need to sell the planter and buy a new one, or get a new tractor. The other thing I'm thinking of doing is selling the windrower that we brought unnecessarily, because it's easier. Just when we harvest the wheat, I will just bale it straight like I did this time, because it's kind of pointless. So yeah, this is me thinking about taking these 3 sows off to the butchers, and then thinking, well, actually, the replacements are currently only 4 months old, so we would have to wait another 2 months before they can get pregnant. And so actually, probably it's sensible to keep them, get that 3rd litter. Probably won't do that with the 2nd batch of 3, because at best we're only going to lose a month, and that assumes then that they all become pregnant straight away. So probably those 3 will go to the butchers as soon as they've had their piglets. I know, kind of harsh, but that's just the realities of pig farming and maximising profits. So this we are feeding as straight corn next year. So I was just checking that we had space as well, and we've only got 97 of 540, so we've got loads of space. Yeah, this is going to be fed as straight corn next year as our 20% group, I think. I think corn is the 20% group. I spend so much time looking at mods when I talk to you guys about this series. I should just have them all opened up ready. It would be so much easier. Yeah, corn is our 20% group. So, and I think we've actually still got wheat left as well. So I've just set the methane and the electric charge to selling. Yeah, we've still got wheat left as well. So we're really good for that feed. We've got sugar beets. We're gonna have so many sugar beets as well. So, and we've got loads of carrots. So we're going to be able to, I think, expand quite a bit in terms of the size of the collection of pigs. What do you call a group of pigs? Let's ask Google. You call them a drove. Wow. I did not imagine it would be called that. A drift, a drove, or a litter, which is only applicable to piglets. So we will be expanding our drove of pigs. Yeah, me either. I didn't know that. So yeah, I don't know how much we'll expand it. I'll have to do the maths. Probably, I'll wait until we've harvested the sugar beets. We'll work it out then. We've got time to work it out. I'm guessing we'll go up to maybe 9 or 12 breeding sows. So at least 50% more, if not double, the amount of piglets. That's going to make a big difference to our profitability. And if we can sustain that, just trying to think through the numbers in my head. I mean, we can certainly project when we would become profitable, assuming we stayed, or not profitable, but, you know, like recover our... No, profitable's right. I think we would actually be in profit pretty quickly, you know, of like assets versus investment money, like cash plus assets versus investment money. So if we sold all the farm and had our cash in the bank, would we have more than £1.5 million? I think we will achieve that pretty quickly. Like maybe at this first pig meat sale, which is going to be pretty nuts actually, because we've not really done anything mega cheesy. Apart from the super expensive pork meat, but that's just how this mod is set up. There are so many more cheesy things I could have done in this series to make our feeding much cheaper. And we could have been working at a much larger scale from that, so yeah. I might do that in the final year. So, because that'll be we might do it as an experiment, because that'll be much quicker, because we won't do any farming. We'll just be buying in food and raising pigs for meat and selling them. Kind of going for the industrial farming approach. That would be an interesting experiment, actually, at the end. I might try and condense that into a single video at the end, because I know that might not appeal to everyone that's watching and enjoying things. But it's an interesting experiment. So, if it wasn't a lot of work, I could split it out and run them side by side turn this into a multiplayer save and run 2 farms side by side, but that would become a lot more work. And this one already requires a reasonable amount of brain power for something that's me playing a video game. Is it Eve? There's the space video game that's like spreadsheets in space, and this game has partly become spreadsheets in farming. when I only have like 3 or 4 tabs of spreadsheet for this, but that does seem slightly excessive for a farming mini game, because that's what this really is. You know, I've got the accounting one, I've got the one where I work out like the feeding and stuff and how many animals I can sustain, and then like the summary page here, 3 pages, plus referring back to the butcher mod one, which is quite a more detailed spreadsheet. Yeah, but it's my thing. I enjoy my spreadsheets, so you know. And I think it's kind of cool tracking that, you know. It might be some, and again, I know it doesn't appeal to everyone, but it might be something that I do more in saves, you know, trying to keep track of the, you know, like almost the accounting of it. See where our money is coming from in farming. A bit like they did in, if you watched the last series of Clarkson's Farm, where they kind of had, you know, the costs are from here. You made money, this thing made this much money, this thing made this much money. Because I think that would be quite interesting, because quite often, you know, people play, you know, I'm doing this kind of farm, but they'll do 15 other things. And I always think that quite often when they do that, you know, it's like I'm doing, I don't know, whatever kind of farming, and then they'll go away and do 20 silage contracts, and that'll be where they make all their money. Or they'll, you know, they'll be mowing a field for silage and selling BGA, and that's probably where they make that kind of thing. And, you know, yes, you did I don't know, a vineyard, but actually your vineyard was costing you money every year, and you were supplementing it with all the other things that you did, that kind of stuff. And I think that's quite an interesting thing to track sometimes. And so maybe I'll do that more in some of the other series. Maybe not the ones that are already running, but maybe when new ones come online, which is more likely to be in FS25, maybe that'll be something that we add in as a distinguisher for how I do my stuff. Because, you know, I mean, I do my videos kind of differently to most people anyway, but it's, yeah, maybe that'll be another interesting way to look at things, you know, as I run things, just to see where is the money going and where's it coming from and all that kind of thing. So field harvested, got a bit left in the combine, so we'll tip this, we'll grab that, and then we'll be done. I'm not, speaking of accounts, I'm not doing an account summary at the moment, because basically I've only played like 4 or 5 hours of a day in a month since the last one, so we'll do that at the end of the next video, because I'll try and get to at least the end of October and get ourselves set up to progress right through then in the subsequent video. So yeah, corn harvested. Next video will be beet harvesting, and we'll get to the end of October, and then we'll go through winter, selling pork, raising pigs, into spring for planting the new crops. So that's kind of the next couple of videos, probably. I doubt I'll condense that into one, because I think that beet field is going to take quite a while. But yeah, I think we've got a decent amount of corn off of here. I love seeing the different size animals in the pen. I hope FS25 has more than one size of animal model per animal. That would be nice. But yeah, I think we got, we'll see in a second, but I think it was about 40,000 litres of corn. Yeah, 40,000 litres of corn. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button. Comments, questions, or suggestions below. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. And if you're thinking about ordering FS25, think about using my Giants partner code, because you'll really help me out. Very close to bronze partner now, which hopefully will get me some early access. Anyway, see you next time.